Act as if nothing bothers you. What a concept. But what does it really mean? It's not about ignoring reality. It's not about pretending that life doesn't throw its challenges our way. And it certainly isn't about becoming indifferent to the world around us. No, my friends, it's about developing a mindset of resilience. A mindset that allows you to face whatever comes your way with calmness, with grace, and with the kind of strength that others notice and admire. Now, imagine for a moment you're walking through life, and nothing, not a single thing, can shake your confidence. You've got a rock-solid foundation, and no matter what storm comes your way, you stand firm. People see you. They see that composure, that inner peace, and they wonder, what's your secret? The truth is, it's not magic. It's not some elusive trait that only a few are born with. It's a skill, a discipline, something you can cultivate with intention and practice. Let me tell you a little story. Years ago, I had the pleasure of knowing a gentleman, a mentor of mine. He was the kind of man who seemed to glide through life. Nothing fazed him. Now, I don't mean to say that he never faced problems. In fact, he faced many. But you'd never know it by looking at him. He had a way of dealing with challenges that was almost serene. You could say he acted as if nothing bothered him. One day, I asked him, "How do you do it? How do you stay so calm when everything around you is in chaos?" He smiled at me and said, "Jim, the secret isn't in the absence of problems. It's in how you choose to respond to them." You see, that's the key. It's not about denying that problems exist. We all have our fair share of them. Some days it feels like the world is conspiring against us. But in those moments when everything seems to be going wrong, we have a choice. We can either let those problems dictate our state of mind, or we can rise above them. We can act as if nothing bothers us, and in doing so, we reclaim our power. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jim, that sounds great, but how do I actually do it? How do I act as if nothing bothers me when I'm worried about my job, my finances, my health, my relationships? The answer, my friends, lies in mastering your mind. It's about training yourself to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Let's start with the first principle. Control what you can. So much of what we worry about is beyond our control. We worry about the economy, about what others think of us, about whether or not it's going to rain tomorrow. But here's the truth. No amount of worrying will change any of that. What we can control, however, is our attitude, our actions, our responses. And that, my friends, is where your power lies. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you're not ignoring your problems. You're simply choosing not to give them more power than they deserve. You're saying to yourself, I can handle this. No matter what happens, I'll figure it out. And that belief, that confidence in your ability to overcome, is what will carry you through. Now let's talk about the second principle, letting go of what you can't control. This one can be a bit tricky because as human beings, we have this natural tendency to want to control everything. We want to plan out every detail, ensure everything goes according to our script. But life doesn't work that way, does it? Life has its own plans, and sometimes those plans don't align with ours. So what do? We learn to let go. We learn to trust that things will work out as they should, even if it's not in the way we expected. This doesn't mean we stop caring or stop trying. It simply means we don't let the fear of the unknown rob us of our peace of mind. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you're embracing the uncertainty of life with a sense of calm and trust. You're saying, I may not have all the answers, but I have faith that I'll find them. Let me share another story with you. This one's about my friend Nick. Now, Nick was an entrepreneur, And like many entrepreneurs, he had big dreams. But with those dreams came big challenges. There were times when it seemed like nothing was going right. His business was struggling, his personal life was in turmoil, and he felt like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. But here's what Nick did. Instead of succumbing to the stress, instead of letting it eat away at him, he made a conscious decision. He decided to act as if nothing bothered him. When his business faced setbacks, he didn't panic. He didn't lose his cool. He took a step back, assessed the situation, and asked himself, what can I do to improve this? What can I control? And then he focused on those things. He didn't ignore the problems, but he didn't let them consume him either. He maintained his composure, his confidence, and slowly but surely, things started to turn around. His business picked up, his personal life stabilized, and he emerged stronger than ever. Why? Because he refused to let the external circumstances dictate his internal state. You see, when you act as if nothing bothers you, you're not just putting on a show for the world. You're training your mind to stay focused, to stay resilient, and over time, that mindset becomes a part of who you are. You start to realize that most of the things that used to bother you, the things that kept you up at night, aren't as big as they seemed. You begin to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles to fear. Now, let's dive a little deeper. How do you cultivate this mindset? How do you train yourself to act as if nothing bothers you, especially when life gets tough? First, you need to develop a strong sense of purpose. When you're clear on your purpose, when you know what you're working towards, the little things don't seem to matter as much. You become so focused on your goals, on your vision, that the distractions, the setbacks, the naysayers, they all fade into the background. Your purpose becomes your anchor, something you can hold on to when the waves get rough. Take a moment to think about your purpose. What drives you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What's the legacy you want to leave behind? When you're clear on your purpose, acting as if nothing bothers you becomes a lot easier because you're not swayed by the temporary storms of life. You're grounded in something bigger, something that gives you strength and direction. Next, you need to practice gratitude. Yes, gratitude. It's one of the most powerful tools we have for maintaining a positive mindset. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your attention away from what's going wrong and towards what's going right. And that shift in focus can make all the difference. Every day, take a few moments to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be as simple as the fact that you woke up this morning, that you have food on the table, that you have people who care about you. When you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, you start to see life from a different perspective. The challenges don't disappear, but they become more manageable because you're not weighed down by negativity. Another important step is to surround yourself with positivity. This means being mindful of the people you spend time with, the media you consume, the thoughts you entertain. Negativity is contagious, but so is positivity. When you surround yourself with positive influences, you create an environment that supports your growth, that helps you stay focused on what really matters. I often say, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, take a look at your circle. Are the people around you lifting you up, or are they dragging you down? Are they encouraging you to act as if nothing bothers you, or are they feeding into your worries and fears? If it's the latter, it might be time to make some changes. Seek out those who inspire you, who challenge you to be your best, who remind you of your strength. Now let's talk about the power of visualization. Your mind is a powerful tool, and one of the best ways to train it is through visualization. Picture yourself in a challenging situation. Maybe it's a difficult conversation, a stressful day at work, or an unexpected problem. Now visualize yourself handling it with grace, with confidence, with calmness. See yourself acting as if nothing bothers you. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Your mind starts to believe it. And when the real challenges come, you're ready. You've already seen yourself succeed. So you approach the situation with that same mindset. Visualization is a way to prepare yourself mentally for whatever life throws your way. Finally, remember that acting as if nothing bothers you doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you're indifferent or detached. It simply means you've decided not to let the challenges of life steal your peace. You've made a conscious choice to stay in control of your mind, your emotions, your reactions. Let me leave you with this thought. Life is always going to have its ups and downs. That's the nature of the game. But you don't have to be at the mercy of those fluctuations. You have the power to decide how you respond, how you carry yourself, how you move through the world. And when you act as if nothing bothers you, you're not just protecting your peace. You're setting an example for others. You're showing them what it means to be resilient, to be strong, to be unshakable.